Hello and welcome to the last of Yahtzee's old Shizome Mythos adventure game series. I'm Luce, and for legal purposes, I might look like a copyrighted species, but if anyone asks, I am not. For this one, we go back to the old school adventure games rather than the. Today, I saw the body of the bridge keeper engulfed in flame, and I saw the bridge created by 1/3. Tomorrow, I saw the soul of the bridge keeper reduced to ash. I saw the bridge created by 2/3. Today, the mind of the bridge keeper shall meet with its destiny, and I shall see the bridge extend between realms. The many children of the king shall leap and dance and sing praise in his name. For great is his wisdom and his benevolence. The book of the bridge. I should have done this the moment you came to this world, demon child. God forgive me for having a part in your creation. You cute brother. I helped when you were injured. I bandaged you when father made his mistake. No mistake, young one. Now do you see why I tried to keep you away from this creature? It has no understanding of human ways. Uh, you'd give him even a chance to be normal. Cease your prattling, Matthew. Time to put an end to the horror I've unleashed. What are you doing, Father? Father, no! Father! Thus the end of the first game. Such Until the first two games were largely intended to be 196 years later, 196 years earlier. Ophthalmology. Left click the menu to walk, right click on hotspots to open the menu. We're back to regular point and click adventures. Honestly, I didn't mind the text adventure stuff as much as before. As much as I was. The last game, Trilby's Notes, the text adventure-esque input was not as big a problem as I thought it was going to be, so good news is it's definitely a lot better in retrospect. Eyes. Some woman's magazine I put here to help visitors pass the time, I guess. That's the way I came in, the way back to the car park. Can't leave until I've spoken with one Mr. Garrett. Journal. I don't think so. Crushed leather. Very nice. Doesn't look like it's ever been used. Kind of pamphlet on ophthalmology. That's the religion whose headquarters I am currently standing in. That's the receptionist terminal, probably used to check on appointments and communicate with the other parts of the building. Elevator. That's the elevator to the upper floors. 11 o'clock. Why wouldn't there be a receptionist at the desk? Who should I call? My office. Council Planning Department? Hi, Trish, it's Theo. Theo? I'm at the ophthalmology building, but there doesn't seem to be anyone around. I'll just hang around reception for a bit. Somebody's bound to show up. I hate sitting on leather sofas. The material feels horrible on my body. There's nothing on the other side of the desk, almost as if it's been completely cleared out. I don't see any call buttons. Probably scans automatically for security clearance. The climate-controlled environment here seems to be making this plant flourish. There aren't even any cigarette butts in the soil. The place must be pretty fancy. Oh, this is my journal. To reread items in the journal, click journal, and stop and right click in your inventory. Life becoming a struggle, need a guiding hand, want to be part of the world's fastest growing family. Ophthalmology is a religion cater for you, taking the best parts of all previous religions in a great new way. Thinking. Join ophthalmology today. Are you Mr. Garriott? Get out of my way, you fool. Mr. Garriott, I'm from the city council. What? My name's Dakabe, and I phoned you a week ago about running an inspection of your facilities. Oh, yes, I remember. Council's been informed that you may be extending your premises without planning permission. Take a look around, be sure you aren't. Is it completely necessary? Just a precaution, entirely routine. Can you come back another time? Well, actually, no. I have to get this done before the end of the week, and this is my only free time slot. I see. Is there a problem? No, no, not at all. Well, why don't I take you up to the elevator and we could tour the building? I'd be obliged. Where's the... Day 1? July 24th, 2089. Yeah, having it take place basically entirely within the building. No idea who he... Did you care? Doctor, for God's sake. Damn it, Jim. It's terribly convenient. You don't think if he was our agent, he would find a way down here without smashing him... Would find a way to get him down here without smashing him to pieces? A broken neck is not something I would call very convenient. Think me a fool. He arrives now of all times, you insist it's a coincidence. What else could it be? He's awake. Hear me. You know your name. You tell me your name. Dakabe, Theodore Dakabe. Name is Samantha Hardy. What's happening? Do you remember? Hey, stop talking to him. I don't want either of you to say another word until my employer gets here. This man is seriously injured. He has to be returned to the surface and taken to a properly equipped hospital. I will not tell you again. No one leaves, no one breathes a word until my employer tells me what is to be done. Damn you. Oh, goddamn. Not a word. It seems that door is something's banging on the door from the other side. Guard. Tall enough to look like a man physically in his early 30s, wearing absurdly old-fashioned clothes. Yeah. Technically, this does take a good bit in the future, but not quite as far as the second game. But since we only see the inside of this one building, we can't tell how advanced or not it is, which I think was a very clever use of it. In the general sense, you can tell that the first two games were built to be self-contained stories, but starting at Trilby's notes, Yahtzee had definitely had an idea of where to take the story from here. So this one's going to be, if you saw my Trilby's notes stream, this one's going to be more or less a direct continuation. Probably belongs to the chief medical officer. The papers on it seem to be in disarray. It's a large cupboard for storing medical supplies and records. Some kind of touchscreen on the console of some kind. Wearing spectacles and lab coat that denotes a scientific choice of career. Balanced myself gently to my mattress, and the jolt of pain ran up my spine. Small, unwashed medical cot spot with a very familiar-looking blood. What's the matter now? His condition may still be degrading. Facilities here are very understocked. Aside, I'm gonna check on him. This is also the one I have been through the least. I don't see any problems. Door on the north wall. The guard. She shrugs, shakes her head in case she doesn't think she can reason with or defeat the man. Interesting. That does look like our old friend over there, but... Well, this is over 100 years in the future. There's no way he could be here, right? Must be a descendant, I guess. Where? Points at me, then Mime's cutting her throat meaningfully. Ugh. Console. I need the password. Desk. Get away from there. Password, she has no idea. She has no idea how to activate the privacy screen. Oh, please. Quiet. Explain yourself to my employer when he arrives. I accidentally stumbled upon how to progress because... But I didn't want to progress without first doing as many interactions as I could. Slip of paper when he leans over. He doesn't seem to notice. Paper with meaningless sequence and numbers on it. Oops, I accidentally, Oops. I think I accidentally soft-locked it. Whoops. Sorry about that. And I forgot to save, although it's still the very beginning, so that's fine. We'll just go back in. 6 days, a sacrifice. Alright, we can't skip this sequence, I'm afraid. Yeah, this is what I get for, not saving immediately after it. Even if it was just in the lobby, it would have been a lot easier. Mouse cursor's showing up, but it's a point and click, so I guess it doesn't matter too much. I usually have it not visible just because it's a lot more aesthetically convenient, but it doesn't really matter when the game already has a UI for it. Interesting, this appears to be the precipice of the time. Like, we know cult members are assholes, but it is rather interesting that, you know, they clearly intended to get rid of us, and yet, well, we're a government official, and we have a record on the phone of where we were last known to be, which means it's gonna be pretty easy to track down. I call the police? Nothing but static. Can't get an outside signal if we're underground, I suppose. Now let's continue on and do our little sleight of hand trick, shall we? On the note, she glances at it and nods understanding and pockets it. Alright, this should be. For the north. That won't help you. I can't see you, but there's only one way out of here. Oh my. You. I remember you. Don't look. What's going on? Don't look. Looks like we're loose again. Can you walk? Just about. That's a lot. Just you remember. Look, I'm just a council inspector. I was sent here to run an inspection on the building. Some lunatic upstairs pushed me down the elevator shaft and I woke up here. Can you please explain to me what the hell's going on? I fell to the very bottom of the shaft. You're now within an underground laboratory complex. Oh crap, we're an umbrella corporation. What does the ophthalmologist need? Ophthalmology is a front. Money-making, crowd-pleasing facade to disguise the true organization. Which is a cult. They call themselves the Order of Blessed Agonies. A bunch of masochistic freaks who worship some mad death god. Okay, so why do they have an underground laboratory complex? Do you mind if I ask, were you sent to inspect the building? Why were you sent to inspect the building? The police told us they had received a tip. The cultists were building something. They don't have planning permission. Had to see if there was any truth to it. It seems there was. This complex isn't documented in any of our records of the site. I think you better talk to Janine. I have a feeling you're the person she's been waiting for. The other prisoner. She and I are being held captive down here by one of the cultists. The man who was guarding us. Where do you go, anyway? Man in the hat was just a mercenary, I think, hired to guard the place. Well, so much for him. Our captor is still around here somewhere. Janine and I only just escaped from our cell this morning. We were looking for a way out when you arrived. I dragged you in here and the guard found me. We've got to call the police. No can do until we get to the surface. Something's blocking all of our communications. With the three of us against one man, we should be able to negotiate our way out. Janine's supposed to be finding us some weapons. Only one person here holding us, huh? I apologize for placing a burden on you in your current state, but I'm afraid I have urgent matters to see to, and also you have a camera following you. Dr. Hardy, what happened to the guard? What was behind the door, and why didn't you let me see? Fine, Janine. Once the cultist is our hostage, I will have the time to answer all of your questions. Probably belongs to the chief medical officer. Papers on it seem to be in disarray. The drawers are empty, like they've been emptied in a hurry. Full of medical supplies I have absolutely no idea how to use. Shelves presumably for the storage of medical supplies. They're completely bare, and the boxes are all empty. That's the medical area. That's the security camera. Might be good to try and disable any security we can find. It's a touchscreen for the control panel, presumably for the monitoring system. Screen seems to be locked out. I cannot follow any functions. A barrel of something smells like petroleum. Possible use could I have for it? Come now. It won't open. There's a security lock requiring high clearance, it would seem. The lab. It won't open. Must be a security lock. Spectacles. These are my glasses. They must have been left here when I was pulled out of the elevator shaft. One of the lenses is smashed, the other's curved out of shape. I'll take the intact one and discard the rest. One of the lenses for my spectacles carved out of the shape. It seems to have some magnifying properties now. Must be nearsighted or something. Dr. Hardy? Haven't gotten the weapons of Janine yet. You must hurry. We may not have long to act against our captor. Don't! Mustn't confront him until we have the upper hand. Get me guns from Janine. Guess the security looks like the security office sets a lock. Looks like a handwritten memo written in tape. I'll add to my journal. Canning. Ensure that the prisoners remain sealed in the holding cell for at least 6 days. After this, it will no longer matter. Do not fail, Canning. This is your chance to redeem yourself for the crime of allowing Wachowski woman to explore the complex unsupervised. I have no idea how to open it. It's big, heavy metal and electronic. God knows how Sam and Janine got through this. Tories, huh? Maybe something good's in here. It appears to be locked. Oh, there's a bin here. Looks like it's been used to burn some documents. Yeah, they're up to something big. Fuse box? This place must have its own generator. The technology is really antiquated. Better not mess with electronics without a good reason. It could be dangerous. I don't think so. Storage room, obviously. I don't think so. It's too technical for me to operate. But ashes. I don't see anything interesting. Blood is not interesting. Really want to touch it. Weapons here. Oh, wait. Huge steel door. Strong enough to be a blast door. This is science central hub. Authorized personnel only. Control panel consisting of a keycard slot and a single button. I guess this is a sign I'm going the right way. For some reason I thought this was a railroad track, but no, it's just a floor here. Ah! Oh. Oh. Sorry, who are you? My name's Dakabe. Are you Janine? You're not one of the cultists. No. One of them apparently dropped me down an elevator shaft. Dr. Hardy told me to find you. So you met Sam already? Being held captive, her and me, for the last week or so. We were only able to get out of the cell this morning. She mentioned that, yes. She said you would have found some weapons. Oh, sure. Here. You came from outside? Are they sending someone to help us? I wouldn't know. They must have gotten my message. We have to take these guns to Dr. Hardy. Maybe then we can get out of here. I'll wait here. But why? Please, just make me go out there. I couldn't face seeing him again. That cultist? Anyways, you'd better get going. Okay. Sorry I couldn't be more help. Now this is the one one of the 4 games I am the least familiar with, so I'm gonna have to be careful here. I've never held a gun in my life. They feel heavy and unpleasant. Excellent. Now we certainly have the upper hand. Cultist is just through this door. All we have to do is secure him in the holding cell, and then we can negotiate our release. Will Janine be joining us? No. She said she was too afraid. Afraid? Odd. Anyway, we'll both take a gun. Even a man with 2 limbs out of commission can fire a gun. Well, let's hope it doesn't reach that point to begin with. Turn around slowly, Canning. No sudden movements. Auntie? This is how your employment... So this is how your employment ends, with betrayal? Employment, shut up. If there was any betrayal here, it was when you lunatics locked me up. You had no choice, Hardy. You refused to listen to reason. I said shut up. I'm taking you to the cell. Well, I guess it's easier if he'd not resist at all. Stop right there. If you point your gun at me, I will fire. Damn you. You never understood, did you, Hearty? There's no point in resisting us. We have God on our side. What the hell is going on? Take them to the holding cell. I will... Ooh. Take a guide. They're only unconscious and will awaken soon. Go to the sleeping quarters and seal yourselves in. It is not wise to roam this place at night. Are you? A friend. Now go. Sam! Sorry, Janine. They overpowered us. I can't take much more of this. Send help. Seems they did. Him? Why don't you tell Janine the same things you told me, Mr. DeKabe? I'm a city council planning inspector. Someone tipped us off of the cult were building something. They sent me to see if that was true. So you see, Janine, your call was in fact answered. You sent the tip in the end? A council planning inspector. It's almost laughable. But now there's no way we're getting out of here. Oh, yes, there is. We're going to overpower Canning and make him escort us out. Excuse me? Tried that and it didn't work. We'll just have to keep trying. Will you please listen? Beg your pardon? Look, I fell down an elevator shaft this morning. I'm tired, I'm in pain, I don't know where I am. And all you've done is boss me around and evade my questions. I want to know who the hell you people are and what is going on. Yeah, they've been just as shady as the actual shady cultists, so he has a good reason. I'm sorry, but there was no need to shout. Perhaps there'll be time to fill you. There is time to fill you in now, at least. Sorry. Where should we start? First things first, what is this place exactly? We're in a small laboratory complex under the ophthalmology building, which, as I've already said, is a front for the Order of Blessed Agonies. The complex is laid out around a large circular chamber they call the hub. They've definitely got something important in there, but neither of us have been inside. What is the Order of Blessed Agonies, exactly? They're an insane masochist cult who think pain is the answer to everything. And from what I've seen, they're very creative in the ways they inflict it upon each other. They worship some mad demon god called Chizo or something. Never even heard of them. I've heard of ophthalmology, what with all the celebrities that are members. Ophthalmology is just the moneymaker. It funds the true organization, the Order. They hide behind the unacceptable front to keep themselves secret. Saying you want to hurt people to purify them causes a lot of concern for the authorities. Yeah, I mentioned it briefly at the end since that's when the cult was originally revealed. But yeah, this is basically the big reveal was that the whole thing, as shown by the beginning of this game, so it's not really a spoiler in the context of this stream, that the events of the games have so far have all been the work of this ancient mystical cult, which is funny since Yahtzee talked a bit about it. I think he called it Indigo Prophecy Syndrome or Fahrenheit Syndrome. Oh, and don't get me wrong, this is entirely a me thing. Like, I did kind of like Zero Escape back when it was a simple, self-contained death game story, but I do understand there are people who prefer it after it expanded a bit more. And indeed, I know that this series had ended up getting a lot more popular once the whole cult stuff was established, and that's just how it is sometimes. Can't really blame anyone for anything. That's just how it goes. So, where are all the cultists now? We don't know. They used to be all over the place in here. They started drifting away soon after they finished the construction of the facility. Canning and the Hat Man are the only ones left, as far as we know. No wonder she's... It's like they intend to abandon this place with us inside. If they haven't already, anyway. Interesting. Are they building a rock into space or something? Because aside from the fact they mention that Canning needs to preserve himself, and, well, it's an evil cult, so it's entirely possible they could intend to screw him over. Seems like, yeah, they just intend to leave it here. It even says up to 6 days, nothing will matter, which means I'm guessing that's also why the guy pushed us at the start didn't really care, because he knows damn well that by the time the city realizes we're missing, everyone in the cult's gonna be gone already. Are you exactly? I'm Dr. Samantha Hardy. I'm a scientist. I tell you what kind, but I fear it would go over your head. Janine, I'm a freelance journalist for a couple different magazines, mainly celebrity gossip stuff. Interesting, a big new religion that a lot of celebrities have joined. Well, I suppose there's a handful like that, so it's a bit difficult to pinpoint a specific one. Although I could think more than a few. But we should. But it's hard. But this game is actually really old. It might even predate that. I'd have to look it up. How did you get here? I was looking around the ophthalmology headquarters. I want to do a feature on them for the magazine since so many celebrities have joined. Although it'll be interesting if this game really did predict the future. I was just having a little snoop when I discovered this place. They, of course, they threw me in the holding cell. Sam was already in there for whatever reason. I'd been doing a little contract work for the Order here in the labs. Turns out they really don't want anyone to know about the stuff they've been doing in here. What kind of stuff? I'd prefer not to say. Don't tell me either. So you don't want to betray client confidentiality? You do realize I threw you in a cell, right? Oh, that's not it. It's just that it was work I'm not proud of, which will probably reflect poorly on me once this is all over. I'd rather take steps to ensure it doesn't get out now rather than regret it later. Please, don't press me on the matter. We escaped from the cell a few hours ago, then you dropped in. And that's as far as we know. Why are we being held here? It's likely to protect a secret. That was all. Why haven't they just killed us, you know? I guess that is true. Maybe they need us for something? Oh, I don't know if I like the sound of that. I think only the cultist can answer your question fully. Was the man in red. I've never seen him before, not until just then. And who's this? A completely bald man in a torn red robe. He helped us get away from Canning and the guard. I've never seen anyone like that. Did he come in with you? No. It was just me falling down the elevator shaft. Who's Canning exactly? Is he the leader of the cult? Oh, gods no. Before the others evacuated, he answered to a guy named Garriott. And even he seemed to be the subordinate to someone they simply call the Prince. But I don't think I've ever seen him. I think it's just some low-level acolyte ordered to make sure we don't escape. Okay, so yeah, whatever it is, they probably don't mind leaving him behind. Personally, I think he's just as much a prisoner down here as we are. I think they wanted to get rid of him for some reason. But he's too dense to notice. Still following orders like a faith-blinded sheep. But that still raises the question, why not simply go with the simple solution and, have had us all executed on the spot? I mean, had that, Garrett guy just, murdered us and tossed us down the elevator shaft, I don't think anyone would have... He'd still get the same thing. No one from the government would notice our missing until a little later, possibly after their rocket or whatever is done. Maybe I should stick around that speculation for the purposes of comparing it to iconoclasts. But who is that man in the hat? I think he's just a mercenary to act as a security guard. You mean the guy dressed as Trilby? Who? You know, Trilby. The dashing gentleman thief. From those old... From those old horror movie serials. The Defoe Manor Murders? Hotel Horror? I don't watch many movies, I'm afraid. Why would a security guard be dressed up as a cult character? I can't explain it. It's just ridiculous. They say Trilby may have really existed. I've read some newspapers from around the late 20th century. How is that even relevant? Never mind. Alright, that's all. Good. So now what? Now we think of a way to... Oh. What? The door's been sealed with a time lock. We won't be able to open it until tomorrow morning. Who could have even done that? Canning? Doubt it. Man in red told us not to roam the hallways at night. Presumably, he has taken steps to ensure this. Oh, for crying out loud. I have to get home. I have to be back at work tomorrow. We are all inconvenienced, Mr. Dakabe. But whining like a child's not going to help. I know, it's just... No. We should take this opportunity to rest. Discuss our escape in the morning. Can I just say... our protagonist here worrying more about his job and how his boss is gonna get all pissed off at him more than his actual survival is, just say it's aged a lot better than it really should have. Day 2. July 25th, 189. I should probably save regularly here. Like I said, this is actually the one I'm the least familiar with, so I'm going to be a bit more prone to making mistakes, but I don't recall anything that required me to... Well, even the first few games, I didn't have any trouble with the puzzles, so who knows. And there's this weird kind of locking mechanism I've never seen before. Won't open, almost like something's holding it shut from the inside. They don't appear to have been designed with comfort in mind at all. I'm not sleepy enough. Oh, hello. Who are you? I'm not going to hurt you. Is your mother around? Or your father? Oh. My God, your eyes! What happened to your eyes? Oh. Huh. Ah, good, you're up. We can discuss the plan. Plan? Door's been unlocked now. Our next move will be to take Canning hostage. Again? Well, if at first you don't succeed. His door is being guarded by the Trilby Guard. It'll be your task to distract him. Why me? Threat of physical violence must be made to get Canning under control. You obviously cannot make this threat, so it has to be me. All you have to do is lure the guard away from the main corridor, giving me a chance to slip in. And how will you know when the coast is clear? You have a cell phone? Of course. Take my number. We can't reach the outside world, but we will be able to make calls within the complex. Call when you've achieved your objective or there are points you wish to discuss. Okay. I'll give you Janine's number too. I'm sure you still have many questions for us both. On the phone or right-click to call someone on your list. Cultist night reading, possibly. I'll add it to my journal. Twice did the 28th day of the 7th month pass. The prince gazed with great concern upon the land of technology as the carving of the slave passed through the hands of great many ignorant men of technology. The king would not let him take his vengeance. For he said, the guide seeks the carving of the slave, and it is through this desire he shall fulfill his destiny. It will not be long before the guide learns that his duty has not yet been completed, and then he shall do all as I have foreseen. Interesting. Was that bald person the guide? And the king said so it was so, for the bridge keeper did not touch one of the ignorant men, and by their conjoined hands was the thief wife thrown down, and the truly did she know the name of the king. And with this act the guide said, I see you now, bridge keeper, I have found you, and I have not forgotten. And he came for the tree that was the prince's soul, for it was so they hear that the carving of the slave had been brought. Perfectly ordinary post-it note. So I'll add to my journal. Instructions for opening locker. You only have to ask. There's a weird kind of locking mechanism on it. I've never seen it before. Oh, I see what it's going for. I guess these are civilian clothes belonging to one of the cultists. I can't fathom a use for them. The cultists actually do eat. That's reassuring. It's like a page from some kind of holy book. 4 triangles forming a star contain a circle. I saw this in Canning's office. It's a symbol of the order. I guess this is where people sit down to eat. Talk about all sort of things cultists talk about. Janine? Yes? What should we do now? Not sure. Maybe we should ask Sam. Will you help us take Kang hostage? I'm sorry, I can't. I don't think I'd face him. I can't even bear being in the same room. Why? I don't know. It's like the fear comes out of nowhere. You're so afraid of Janine. Him. He's the one who's out there. I don't want to talk about it. I'm guessing she's not referring to the cult member, but rather that strange, tall person. So were you the one who sent the tip? A week ago, when I found this place, I sent a tip straight to the police. Minutes later, they caught me and threw me in the cell. I was expecting them to send a SWAT team or something. No offense. I can't blame you. They can't send guns just because an anonymous person says there's an unregistered basement extension. Sending in a building inspector is pretty much all that could have been done, legally. I guess you can blame me for getting you in this mess then, huh? I'm really sorry. Hey, you weren't the one who pushed me down an elevator shaft. You make of Dr. Hardy. I probably don't know much more than you do. She was already in the cell when they threw me in there. And yes, I've asked her many times what kind of work she was doing for the cult. And no, she wouldn't tell me either. If you want to find out more, you'll have to get it straight from the horse's mouth. Do you think it's alright to trust her, though? She's got no more love for the cult than us. I mean, if she secretly is still working for them, then she's the most convincing actress in the world, that's for sure. Tell me a bit about Trilby. The character? Well, he's the main character in a bunch of horror movie serials, which are based on a series of novels from the early 21st century. But someone sent me rare old newspapers, and they suggest that Trilby was in fact a real person. Really? He was a cat burglar, the original master thief. Bam finally arrested around the mid-1990s. Story goes on that he joined some secret government agency, and they encouraged the novelist to fictionalize Trilby so that if people would eventually forget he was ever real. I guess it makes sense a paranormal investigator would want to be on the down low. Oh, and I'll tell you something else. There was a photograph in that newspaper. That guy out there, Canning's guard, looks exactly like the real Trilby. Do you think he could be the same guy? Of course not. He'd be over 200 years old by now. The resemblance is really creepy. Either they have absolutely dedicated cosplay, or it could in fact be a descendant of some kind. I had such a horrible nightmare. Better get used to it. There's something about this place. Something in the air, maybe. But I haven't slept well since day one. There was this little kid and a welding mask. A welding mask? I've had dreams about those too. How could we both be dreaming about welding masks? Psychic powers? Be serious. My grandma always used to say I was a little bit sensitive. Sure. Be serious now. Oh, dude, you've gotten a bunch... You're right now in a secret underground lab by an ancient mystical cult who are apparently planning something big, and this is the... And the psychic powers are where you draw the line. You seen Sam? I think she's in the sleeping quarters. That's all I wanted. Book of Prayers. The body is the physical form. It's a sum of what is made to be, and so it is of the past. What time has made it to be, and so it represents the past. Mind is sharp and logical, concerns itself with the here and now, so it represents the present. Soul is love and hope, dreams of what is to come, therefore it represents the future. Body, mind, soul represent past, present, future. We give thanks to them, thanks for them, all in the name of the King. Either it's locked or the door is stuck. It's certainly big enough to hold food for quite a few people. It's just paint, or at least I hope it is. I think it's a prayer cushion for kneeling. Not sure if I should be praying to anyone yet. And can you just imagine the day he passes by for the cult, they just talk about casually of stuff. Wait, what am I saying? I played Cult of the Lamb. Dr. Hardy? Yes, Mr. Takabe, go ahead. Tell me about the extent of my injuries. Well, first of all, your neck broke on impact. If I hadn't gotten you into a brace before you regained consciousness and you tried to move, you'd be dead. Holy crap, that's really bad. You land on your left side, so your left elbow and humerus are shattered, as is your left kneecap. There's also a hairline fracture in your skull. No more, please. I get the picture. Hey, you asked. Yeah, we've no one but to blame but ourselves. What kind of work are you doing for the Order? I told you I'm not prepared to reveal that. I doubt I'll change my mind anytime soon. Why are you being so secretive, exactly? You might not even get out of the situation alive. I guess I'm more of an optimist than you, then. Personally, I'm in no hurry to die, or take part in whatever the Order has planned for us. When I escape, I'd rather the specter of the place not follow me. Can you at least tell me what kind of scientist you are? I told you, probably go over your head. Try me. Okay, I am a biochemist. I was recruited straight out of university by a medical research company. But I was let go after a couple of years. Why was that? A difference of opinion. I believe a scientist has to be morally flexible in the name of progress. Oh, so she's a mad scientist. The company ethics committee didn't agree. Please don't ask me to give any further details. Who do you think that man in red is? I honestly have no idea. Until his intervention yesterday, I've genuinely never seen him before. He seems to be on our side, don't you think? So it appeared. But I'd consider it unwise to trust him implicitly. Perhaps his interests only temporarily coincide with ours. Yeah, he was also the one who locked us in here for the night, so it seems to be, kind of back and forth. He seems to be helping us, but may not be entirely on our side, yeah. I'm worried about Janine. Why? She said she was too afraid to come out and help us. I agree, it's strange. She seemed to have rather indomitable spunk when we were in the cell. All I can think of is this place is starting to get to her. Isolation and imprisonment can do strange things to a person. I think I understand. Where's Janine? I believe she went to the kitchen. Yeah. Well, I guess the mercenary there didn't, got you. Get in. We'll see about your friends soon enough. There must be a jammer built inside the cell. I have no idea how to open it. What? You again. Destiny Falls. Where am I? Oh god, some kind of ancient skeleton dressed in the remnants of an anorak. An orc. There's a huge hole in the back of a skull, too. I can't bring myself to touch it. Disturbance? I don't think I could touch it. I don't think it's even really there. Some kind of manifestation hovering above the ground. Looks so strange, like a black hole in the air itself. I don't think I could touch it. I don't think it's even really there. I was wondering if it was gonna be like Maniac Mansion, the original one that is, where you can escape just by using a loose prick. Dr. Hardy. I got the guard away from the door. You're sure? Excellent. Outside the office door. Playing out Takabe, he's still there. I'm gonna remove him on a more permanent basis. Literally have no idea how to open it. To remove him on a more permanent basis. Some strange disturbance. Let's bring him to the disturbance. He might be able to. Only because that's something that stands out. Wait. What the hell is that? The hotel. Oh god, let me out of here. Massive splatter of blood left behind, no doubt, when the guard was torn up by the tall man. I'm not touching it. That was that. Not again. Well, I'd say that counts as removing him on a more permanent basis. Sure, excellent. I'll meet you outside the office door. Ready? As I'll ever be. Let's do this then, Dr. Hardy, yes? The guard's dead. He's dead because of me. You killed him? I led him to a monster. It tore him to shreds. Couldn't have been helped. Man died because of my actions. Must not agonize over every little thing. Well, she did just admit she was a mad scientist. If you did, you'll go insane. You call that little? No, no, of course not. We're wasting time. Come on. Again, Dr. Hardy. Aren't you tired of this yet? Your pet guard won't be able to help you this time, Canning. My pet. I would say he's as much yours as mine, wouldn't you? Hey, shut up! Has she told you about the work she was doing for us, sir? I said shut up! Get moving. No funny business, or you'll get a bullet in the leg to help you along. Go on in. Okay, Canning. You're completely at our mercy, and you know you're going to tell us exactly what we want to know, understand? First and foremost, how do we call the elevator? You don't. The one in the main corridor can only be called from the upper floor by a high-ranking acolyte. Looks like we'll have to get used to each other, my dear. There's gotta be another way up. I guess he's saying even he doesn't have clearance to call it. Oh, but there is. It's in the hub. But you'll never get past the security locks to open the blast doors. We will, because you're going to tell us how. Oh, this is laughable. You're trying so hard to do it like they do in the action movies, don't you? What are you going to do? Torture me? You think that I, an acolyte of the Order of the Blessed Agonies, would be scared of pain? I've done to myself far worse things than you could dream up. So now what? Now we have to open the hub security door. I'm sure we'll figure something out. Feel free to question the prisoner. I'm sure you could benefit from his knowledge. You don't trust her. You saved my life. And yet, you still don't trust her. You wonder what it is she's hiding, do you not? Oh, be quiet. Oh, you understand so little. He has a permanent expression of self-satisfaction on his face I find very infuriating. Yeah, I guess that's the thing. You're never going to be able to torture a nightmare fetishist like that. I've got nothing more to say. Looks like you failed, old man. We're loose, and you're locked up. I wouldn't count your chickens if I were you. There are many more to take my place. Hate to break it to you, but your guard's dead. Really? Doesn't that bother you? Should it? Do you even understand the situation? Of course. I don't think you do, however. Why is that? If you did, you'd know my guard's condition may not be as permanent as you believe. Can't you see that your own orders abandon you? This complex is completely evacuated. The building on the surface is, too. Oh, rubbish. This facility was too expensive to simply abandon as soon as work was complete. My brethren will return. Why are we being held here anyway? Surely that should be obvious. You are held here to protect the secret this complex exists. Then why didn't you just, kill us? Oh, I would have done had I received the order, but I did not. Then what do you want from us? My superiors know. In time, they will let me know as well. So, what's the deal with this whole cult you're part of anyway? What's the whole draw of it? The deal? The deal is the Order of Blessed Agonies has existed for centuries. We believe in the true way to purification. Purification through suffering. We practice the blessed agonies of mind, body, and soul in order to wash ourselves of sin. And one day what? Oh, nothing. You got some big agenda, haven't you? That's what this is all about, isn't it? Gonna take over the world? Like some Saturday morning cartoon villain? Hey, I said nothing. But yes. Well, tell me more about these blessed agonies. Why should I? Thinking of applying? Just tell them to me. Oh, I don't see why not. For an individual to be fully purified, all three aspects of themselves must experience a blessed agony. The agony of body, physical pain, beating, burning, cutting. Agonies of the mind, boredom, fear, insanity. Agony of the soul, which is more refined. It's about destroying someone or something the subject of loves utterly, relies upon emotionally. And you do this to yourself again and just again and again. The agony of the soul can only be experienced once. But apart from that, you are correct, yes. This is insane. To you, maybe. But do you know the same peace as I? The same utter contentment that comes with the knowledge that you are of absolute purity? I don't want to talk about this subject anymore. So who's the tall man in black exactly? The one with the white mask? Ah, I see you've met the prince. You should consider yourself lucky. That thing is the prince? What the hell is he? I'm not inclined to be spilling the secrets of the Order to an outsider. Oh, I'm not inclined to be pulling. Even if I were, very few acolytes are privy to the secrets known by the prince. Oh, so he doesn't know the secret to tell us, basically. And even the highest ranking members know only slightly more than I. Okay, so nobody knows the truth behind him is what I'm getting out of this. You know who that man in red is? Who? Completely bald man in a red robe like yours? Kind of like yours, but all torn up. Is he one of your people? I'm afraid I have no idea what you're talking about. All acolytes of the Chazot take very good care of their robes. What work was Dr. Hardy doing for you anyways, since you're the only one who's probably gonna... Why don't you ask her? She won't tell me. And you'd think I would. Oh no, young man, this is something you have to see for yourself. See for yourself. I'd hate to spoil the surprise. Well, I guess I've got nothing more to say to you right now. Yeah, he's in absolute denial that his own cult has abandoned him. But what's with this area? It's changing somehow. I mean, I'd assume it was made out of concrete, possible or metal, going by the looks of it, because it does look like a sci-fi ship almost. But it could also be concrete, since it's underground. I would need to know if it's thick metal, it could reasonably hold that. But yeah, concrete might be easier, especially since they already use heavy metal for the door. But I guess I can understand that the torture of the soul can only be done once, because... let me get a drink real quick, actually. Alright, anyways, yeah. Since I said the torture of the soul requires destruction of something that has a very strong emotional connection to the person, it's unreasonable to suggest the idea of doing that on a regular basis because, well, you're only going to have so many loved ones or cherished items. There's no way you could do that on a regular basis like the others. Bodies obviously heal and stuff over time, although I imagine you might have some scars. And obviously the mind can suffer quite a bit. But stuff someone is genuinely attached to, that's not something you can just create overnight. It takes time to build, and so it wouldn't be possible to do it too many times. Janine? Yes? I think I saw the man you're so scared of. Well, yeah, I'm pretty sure you have. What do you mean? I know, you probably wonder what scares me about him. I'm telling you, he just fills me with panic. No, I don't wonder, I don't. Really? I swear. Alright, she's gonna investigate the hub entrance, so... Yeah, I guess this could be pure metal like a space station, although it's underground, even if it's underground. But either way, that's very different from the bricks that we're seeing here. Let's converse. Dr. Hardy. This is Mr. Takabe, go ahead. Oh, where's Janine? I believe she went to the kitchen. I saw the man in red again. He released me from the holding cell. So he knows the Order's security codes. No, I don't. I think he just straight up teleported me. That's absurd. I swear, there's a flash, and next thing I knew, I was in the medical storage room. But if he can teleport people at will, why doesn't he just teleport us out of the complex altogether? What you say is true. That raises quite a few unsettling questions. Yeah, that strongly implies we're only here because he wants. Here, this man may have his own agenda, and probably not a benevolent one. Yeah, it means he wants us here for some reason. But he set me free, though. Strange. Yeah, I mean, he could have just let the cult get us and leave it at that, and we'd be stuck here until we die or whatever, but... Alright, but yeah, we now have confirmation as to why they didn't to kill us. He's only... Because Canning there is only allowed to execute prisoners when given the direct order to, and since he wasn't, he had no choice but to hold them. Saw some kind of monster. Calm down. What did you see? He was like a man, but he was tall, thin, like a stick man. And his face was just all white. No features, and there was blood everywhere. Pull yourself together, Mr. Takabe. Oh, but that monster. Whatever you think you saw, it's gone now. You're safe. I wish I could believe you. How's it going with the security door? Not wonderfully. As far as I can see, there are two security panels that must both be deactivated. One calls for a key card, the other for a numerical password. After that, I think the two locking mechanisms will be revealed, both of which need to be activated simultaneously. What do you think? In the absence of the keycard and passcode, I may be able to force my way through, given the right tools. Then again, maybe we could also find the keycard and passcode lying about the complex. Just considering my options right now. There's something I should be doing. You can find a way to help me through the security door if you want. A keycard and passcode are required. Later, farewell. Central hub, authorized personnel only. That might be where they're keeping their escape rocket. And if so, that may be our only way out of here. Yes, I can actually enter the office now. Looks like it's part of an internal network. There aren't many drawers, and there's nothing of interest on top of the desktop. That must be the symbol of the cult. A square containing 4 triangles surrounding a circle. Kind of paperwork, obviously. It's kind of small. I guess the cult's not too big on paperwork. Thick stack of useless accounting reports. Not sure why I even picked it up. Wait, the staple could come in handy. I'll pry it out and throw the documents away. Rather heavy-duty industrial staple. Ready. Building's chief medical officer. Papers seem to be in disarray. All the drawers are empty, like they've been emptied in a hurry. So, full of medical supplies I have absolutely no idea to use. Interesting. I guess with what the lead cult member here told us, it seemed his bodyguard can only temporarily die in some fashion. Probably moves aside, but I don't see a way to do that manually. Can ask the guy if he's got a key card, acolyte if he's got a key card. Not that I expect him to, be too eager to give it to us. I have nothing more to say to you right now. Alright, so yeah, that just tells me I'm just about done with everything. Locked, the door's stuck. I don't think so. First, can I say anything new to Janine? No, I'm not sure. Maybe we should ask Sam. 2 items somewhere in here. Genuine this puzzle, but the area in which I can explore is very, very limited. There's only so much I can do here. Better not mess with it without good reason. Security lock So both this and the medical lab require security. Save while I'm here, just because it's been a while and a lot of dialogue, so... It won't open. Must be a security lock. Laying around in that thing long enough. It's too technical to operate. So, as I suspected, it's empty. I don't think she would want that. Side, but I don't see any way to do that. So there's only a handful of places I can still check. Check the office then, I guess. We live in a universe of technology, or the scientific realm, where magic is very sparse. Our shadow is the universe of magic, or the ethereal realm, where magic and magical creatures are abundant. In olden times, it was easier for entities to travel between these two, hence the old stories of fantastic creatures. The druid Kabadoth, circa 55 BC, created a bridging portal quite easily, using comparatively simple ritual. Since then, however, this background level of magic in the scientific realm has faded, and a ritual much larger in scope is required to transport any entity from one realm to the other. This ritual calls for a creation and sacrifice of a bridge, a living creature with ties to both realms, usually an entity born of scientific realm but later having aspects imbued with magic. When all three of their aspects, body, mind, and soul, are annihilated in conjunction, the echoes of weakness ripple through the membrane between the realms, and the portal can be opened. Exactly how long it remains open depends on the pureness of the bridge. Everything is just useless billing and account records keeping. I think that's needed for a event flag here. Yeah, there's nothing in the holding cell. I've already interrogated him. And of course, he would tease that he would tell me what she did while she was there, only to stop. I can only assume he never intended to from the beginning. I don't think so. Not sleepy enough. there. Very odd. I genuinely don't remember. I remember a lot of this game, but apparently this one part is drawing a blank. But I'm pretty sure I did make some progress, at the very least, by grabbing that piece of paper. Just not 100% on exactly what it's all about. I'm not touching it. I don't think so. A save here since I just got it. Double check the journal then. 2 rounds. Bridge prayer. Post-it note. Here the prisoners remain sealed in the holding cell. After this, it will no longer matter. Well, this is your chance to redeem yourself. But yeah, they decide to punish him for failure. Here. Oh, I swear it's very picky on whether it activates streamer mode or not. I am fine using a guide because I've beaten this game before, but I forgot to get one. Elevator. It's on the floor and I just don't see it somehow. Slot will only accommodate card. Two, 7. July 28th. Where keycard and passcode are required. Seven. It's not high. I know that's father, but I can't. Something a day. Can't read that with how faded it is, unfortunately. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if this was also something I got stuck on last time I played, too. Luckily, there's only a handful of places it could possibly be. Burnt paper. That's what I'm probably looking at. Official memo. Whatever it is they need to burn it, so it had to be important. Echo Garriott to Echo Deravan. Our preparations are complete. Feel free to evacuate yourself and your staff. You finish burning your records, but make sure Canning and the prisoners remain. Our master will also remain. Make his own make his own arrangements. I'll evacuate last when I've been given the building and complex a final inspection. First to complete, evacuate when you finish burning your records and make sure the prisoner will also remain and make his own arrangements. I'll evacuate last when I've given the I noticed they use the exact word evacuate rather than anything else. The drawers are empty, like in a hurry. Was this there before the guard was chased off? I don't remember. Some progress because I'm unlocking more, but I'm not sure if I actually do need to find all of these or not. One open, must be safety lock. Have magnetic, but not in here. Nope, doesn't look it. I could have some kind of environmental program. Ah, civil and security. Not available from this terminal. Functions not available from this terminal. Cycle ventilation, cycling. Set thermostat, resetting. Like whoever ran this place didn't entirely trust who was in this worked in this office. I do believe this is going to unlock what we need to go next. I can't believe I messed up Missed the computer the whole time. How embarrassing for me. Actually, I think it's just the lab that's open now, so let's go here first. Part of the corridor, but not the one outside. It must be another part of the complex I don't have access to right now. Barracks, or some kind of storage facility. Large glass tubes just staying in a row against the wall. I can't make heads or tails of it. Nothing on screen right now I'm having particularly trouble seeing. The blank notepad pretty clearly now, but I don't see how that helps. Kang's office. I recognize the layout of things on his desk. Restricted. I see what it wants me to do. It wants me to, review footage. Spiel footage shows Kang working at his desk. There must be something written on the notepad in the corner, but I can't quite make it out. I can make out the numbers on the notepad. 7759. This is the passcode for the last store. There we are. Stiff for the rust, it'll take 2 hands to turn it. That's not gonna happen while I'm in plaster. Party? Well, that's one half done. Well, that's what the password to the blast door complete. I should probably save while I'm here. Rather industrial state. One of the lenses for my spectacles carved into shape seems to have magnifying properties now. Oh yeah, the main menu has a quick access to the phone and journal in case I need it. Don't think I should, though. Huh. Oh, yeah, funny. When this game was made, a flip phone did seem fairly yeah, futuristic at the time, but even by the time that this game takes place, even smartphones will probably be a bit out of style. What's next? I've gotten one half of what I need so far. Alright, let's go over here. Top page is torn off, but judging by the indentation, someone wrote down a series of numbers I can't quite make out. I've got no use for a blank notepad. Imagine I'll need to come back sooner or later, I suppose. So I need this. I'm one half done here. So security room has to have a key here because this is what I've been able to access so far. But not the one directly outside. Last two is a wall. I can brute force the slot with by picking with the. It's probably not gonna work. That slot will only accommodate a key card. This will be one of the unlocking mechanisms for the blast door. I don't think so. So stiff with rust, it'll take 2 hands to turn it, and that's not gonna happen while I'm in plaster. Where could a key card be? I've already unlocked some stuff with what we've got here. I think I should focus on the new areas that I've unlocked. Yeah, focusing on what I've unlocked is the right way to do this, I think. Looks like King of some kind of environmental. Cycling, ventilate. Pretty sure this hasn't unlocked any of the security on the here, but it's worth it, I suppose. And my guess is that's a level 2 security, and the one over here is level 3. High clearance. Does look like a barracks or a storage facility. Sure, it'll be fairly obvious once I unlock it. Sure, the key is in a place I've already. I don't. I don't think so. Can't fathom a use for them. Got nothing left to say to him, I suppose. Sure, once I'll figure it out, I'll think, how is it? How did I not figure that out sooner? That out now. check that. Something in the security thing. Stopped. Box was this technology really antiquated. Try not mess with this. It could be dangerous. What use could I have for that? No locks to pick. Even if there was a lock to pick, he's not Trilby. He doesn't know how to crack open these things. Alright, so I found half of what I need so far. I don't think I have anything new to talk with him about, but... They get through that, though. Do they hack into it somehow? Already Easton. I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so. But annotating drawers, there's nothing much of interest on the desktop. The key has to be with the staple somehow, since that's an item I got specifically from the office, which I couldn't do before. I don't... Something gonna... A rather heavy-duty industrial staple. Not sure what I'd actually use that for, but... maybe I use the staple to tear it open. I don't think so. No, there's nothing there. There's a bin that's full of ashes. Right. I don't. I interact with something else in this room that I wasn't paying attention to before. So, one major spot I've forgotten. Sheesh. Industrial stapler. What would that be used for? Seems like the obvious one, so. So, let's start with the medical room then. Must be something tied to something that I can do now, but couldn't before. Staple. Staple by itself can't be used for much, although I guess it could be used to complete a circuit if there's a lack of one from somewhere. Let me grab a sip from my drink real quick. That feels a bit better. Something else here. We'll unlock the security room. Again, we know it has to be tied to something I've already unlocked, which means it has to be tied to the office, the security room. That's it. Or something that uses the stapler, I guess. Oh, the clothes are. It won't let. I was gonna say it can't let me use the clothes. What? Oh, come on. Are you serious? Well, I guess this just proves that if you're stuck in an adventure game, just recap and consider what your new options are. I could swear there was no more pixel hunting after the second game, but whatever, I guess. Doesn't matter. Magnetic swipe card with the word hub written on it. Excellent work, Mr. Takabe. I wouldn't have thought a bureaucrat would have such a head on his shoulders. Yeah, I'm not in the mood for a joke like that. I hope that was a compliment. Now, I think we need to turn both wheels simultaneously. Can you manage? It's no use. I need both hands free for this. I see. Then we're gonna need another pair of hands. Jazz hand. Well, leave it to me, I guess. Yes. We need your help to open the hub. Oh, I don't. You have to, Janine. You're the only one who can help. We'll just get it open, then we can get out. I know, but what if I run into him? Look, there's no one else around. Hanning is in the cell. His guard is dead. Dead. Aside from us three, nothing else is moving. Of that I am certain. Come on, this is our ticket out. Oh, okay, I'll be there soon. Ready? Let's get the hell out of here. 2, 1, go. I guess in retrospect, did kind of look like a key card, so I should have. Oh, it doesn't look like an elevator to me. I don't see anything. Wait here. I'll go check it out. Do you trust her? You? I would if she gave me any reason to do so. Yeah, I know what you mean. Right now, she seems like our best hope of getting out of here. Well, even so, there's got to be a reason why she doesn't want us to know about her work. And I'm not sure we can trust her to go in there alone. Hey, after you, man. Guess we can take our time. Dr. Hardy. Oh. Slam shut. Okay, so what's in there is... Aren't you going to say something? I can't think of anything. I can't. We're going to die down here. Now, don't say that. We're not going to die. We can get back into the hub. You don't get it. He won't let us out. Won't let me out. You have to stop him. What are you talking about? I see you. I see what you are. You're the one who did this to me. I didn't do anything to you. Why won't you stop him? How many times do you have to kill him? Janine, you're not making any sense. You're mistaking me for someone else very clearly. Mr. Takabe? Yes. I'm sorry, but leave me alone. Janine. Go out there if I were you. Night has fallen, and the prince is on patrol. And what about Janine? Oh, she is in no danger. At least, not from him. Remain here until morning. Tell me who you are. Are you with the cult? My identity is meaningless here. I'm just an avatar. I have no allegiances except to the airbenders. If you're not with the cult, then why don't you just help us get out of here? It'll go badly for you if you don't. There's gonna be some serious police action after this, I promise you. Afraid I cannot do that. And why not? Because that is not how it goes. Oh, give me strength. You seem very confident you'll escape from this place. Oh, well, of course I am. Why is that? Because if I wasn't, I'd go insane. Then why resist? Hey, screw you, uh, whoever you are. I don't know who you were, Dr. Hardy, or what you were hiding from me, but I know you didn't deserve this, and as soon as we get out of here, I'll make sure you're buried properly. Nothing more I can do for her. Wait, what's happening? Not man. Janine, can you hear me? Oh, wait, it's me. Who the hell do you think you are? Oh god, stop this. Stop what? You're the one pretending to me. Hey, I am at least 85% sure you are not me. Oh, sleep. That's interesting. You keep turning into terrible people. Day 3, the 26th, 2189. My head. I don't remember falling asleep. I've got to find out what's in the hub before anyone tries to go inside of it again. There's nothing more that I can do. Yeah, it's changing, that's for sure. Oh, uh, ah. Tell me, um, oh, but you were dead. Dead? Yes, I do remember being dead, but I don't remember you. But your guts were torn out. The blood is still there on the floor, see? Honestly? Huh. Perhaps it's best I, don't remember, then. Where am I exactly? This is impossible. Are you going to answer my questions anytime soon? Yes? Uh, who are you exactly? It's Trilby. That sole fact is sufficient, though. I have a feeling I have or have had other names in the past. Trilby the cat burglar? Burglar, yes, that was one of my names. But you can't possibly be Trilby. Nevertheless, I am certain that Trilby is my name. Oh, but, Trilby died hundreds of years ago. And I already told you, I remember that I indeed was dead. So your statement only further reinforces my claim. This doesn't make any sense. And yet, here we are. And how did you come back to life exactly? Well, I don't know yet. You know resurrection is completely impossible, right? Well, I thought I knew it. Recent events, however, are forcing me to reassess this, however. True, it is. All I know is that I was dead, and now I'm alive again. Reason to believe this will not answer any of my questions. Well, he's got a good point. You don't remember working for the Order? Order? The Order of Blessed Agonies? Agonies. I remember something. Get a name. John Defoe. He's important in some way. In fact, I think I spent many years researching him. I've never heard of that name before. Don't remember why you were working for the Order. Afraid not. What do you remember, exactly? Not much, I'm afraid. In a few flashes, now and then. Images and sounds, no dates or details attached. I remember John Defoe, as I said. And from that name, a few other memories return. Standing on a hill, watching something burn in the distance. Burning like a distant star, and my hands covered in blood. And then a place that was two places at once somehow. I'm lying on something hard, my stomach hurts, and someone's talking to me. But it's mostly a fog, up until the moment I wake up right here. So you woke up in here? Well, not right here. I just felt myself gravitate towards this one spot. Like something important happened here. Yes, because this is where you were killed. So you said, yes. I suppose that would explain it then. Maybe you should look around from where you woke up? What was your name again? Dekabe. Theodore Dekabe. Petty if you like. Well, you've been a great help, Mr. Dekabe. Excuse me, won't you? That is a very, awkward conversation. I imagine if we try and call Janine for help, she's not going to be particularly, eager to do so. The fact that the metal slash cement stuff is, fading is supposed to represent something, but for now, since Janine is unlikely to want to talk with us, we'll have to see if we can pry anything else from our enemy here. Back again. Dr. Hardy's dead. Reap what you sow. Doesn't that bother you in the slightest? You and your whole order or accessories to insane order or accessories to murder. Once we get out of here, you're gonna do a lot of time for this. Your words are like warbles of a sparrow. The Order of Blessed Agonies fears no mortal agency. We are under divine protection. I don't know what Dr. Hardy was doing here, now that you're the only one who possibly can. You mean you still haven't figured it out yet? I'd be disappointed if I felt even a shred of respect for you. Just tell me already. We're allowing her to fulfill her chosen role. In this case, the field of biochemistry. Who can ask for anything more? Of course, he's being that sort of thing. Your guard, seems to be alive again. So, you think he rose from the grave? I don't even know what to think anymore. That is something you need to do more of, boy. He doesn't remember working for you, even. Well, of course not. He never does. Were I not trapped here, I would have been able to give him his usual instructions. How many times have you had to do that? Your questions bore me. Come back if you ever figure anything out. What do you mean by protection, exactly? We are under the guiding hand of God, the King, Shizo, and when he enters this world... I don't even know why I'm talking to you anymore. You're just a brainwashed lunatic. Your words are sounding hollow even to you, are they not? I am prepared to negotiate your release. How utterly tiresome. Just answer my questions, without deviating from the subject. Without personal attacks, evasions, or dogmas. And promise to cooperate with us. Freedom is too small a reward for such a betrayal. You're just a wretched man. You can barely stand on your own legs. I have the ear of the king. Why is the main corridor changing? In what way is it changing? Turning into some kind of dungeon, I suppose. Filthy walls and floor, blood splatters everywhere. Now, how could I know that? I've been stuck in here this entire time, if you recall. So you say it changes before your very eyes. Are you hearing voices too? Forget it. It's supposed to sound like he's mocking us, but I think he may actually being genuine about it. What is the purpose of this facility? Now you know very well I'm not going to answer that. No, and I know why. It's because you don't know, do you? You're just as much of a patsy, and this is all we are. Now you're just wasting breath. I mean, you're not wrong, but you're wasting breath. That's why I have the Order abandon you down here. My brethren have given me this responsibility as a gesture of recognition and respect. Something you, of course, would know absolutely nothing about. So, what is in the hub? Very little. Very little of anything corporeal, anyway. What does that even mean? It means the most standard scientific tests would indicate that the hub is largely empty, and what is in there has absolutely no purpose. But we, the followers of the true way, know different. This, isn't helping at all. I didn't intend it to. Well, fine, you can shut up now. Door won't open. Janine must have locked herself in. The hell? Says Samantha's phone still switched on. I'm almost certain we switched her out. Who is this? 2, 7, 4, 1. What? I can't. They hung up. Code. Oh, code! This. 2741. Alright, so 2741. I imagine Janine is not going to return our calls, so no point in bothering her. But I do believe there's only one thing this code could possibly be for, since there's only one keypad left we have not dealt with in some fashion. Oh, I also noticed the lab was actually open. Maybe I should go in there first. Looks like someone forced it open. Computer. It's part of the complex intranet. Most of the hard drive scrubbed, only one file left. I'll add to my journal. Panborough and hotel incident took the soul of the bridge keeper from us and delayed the coming of the king for hundreds of years. But at the same time, it brought the prince to us with the solution already in hand. The prophecy in the books of Chiso demands the guide assist the creation of the bridge. Obviously, he could not do that if he was long since dead of old age. But the sample of his blood provided by the prince was enough to ensure that the guide would exist for more than long enough to fulfill his destiny. I see vials of blood and plasma, lumps of tissue in petri dishes. Can't see any possible use for any of the stuff in here. Spotless, looks like it's been completely scrubbed clean. On it, no cabinets. Cylindrical tube, just big enough for a human to stand in. There's no technology I recognize. There's someone in there. Skin as white as alabaster. I can't make out any features. I don't think they even have any. Not sure I want to disturb their sleep. There's something awfully familiar about that hat. It wouldn't suit me. There's a similar book in the reading quarters. I'll add to my journal. 5. At this time, another came to the tree that was the prince's soul, and this other was of the faith, but blinded by pride. So he was the prideful acolyte. Prideful acolyte threw down the guide, subjecting the guide to the blessed agony of the body. He called forth the prince, and the prince crossed over to the land of technology. The prince was much displeased, for the prideful acolyte would in his arrogance interfere with the destiny of the guide, so he threw down the prideful acolyte. The prideful acolyte became a puppet and knew the name of the king. But the great fear did the guide take up the soul of the bridge keeper, immune to its influence, for the bridge keeper was also greatly fearful, and he hid the soul of the bridge keeper away in a place where it would meet its final destiny. And the prince and the puppet took their message to the Order of Blessed Agonies. Be very familiar if you've been following the series. Hello, Trilby. What is this place? No idea, but this is where I woke up. I've never seen technology like this. What year is it? 2189. Can't remember what year it was last time I checked. I'm pretty sure I've lost a century or two along the way. Anything coming back? Nothing from this room. But the more I think about the name John Defoe, there's something scrabbling at the back of my mind. I feel like I'm on the verge of rediscovering something terrible. Something that almost destroyed me. Listen, this complex is dangerous. I think there's something haunting us. It's already killed someone. We need to find a way out of here. And go where? I just have to find them. You could be killed. Death didn't stop me last time, apparently. If what you say is true, you're the one who should be worrying. Can you help me open a door? Not right now. I wish to remain here until I remember something. How long will that take? How should I know? Nothing left of interest. Yeah, I think with the blood stuff. You can figure out what happened even if you haven't been following the series thus far. Back again. Was John Defoe. Ah, now we are getting somewhere. John Defoe is the bridge keeper. It is through him that the king will enter our world. Where is he? Oh, he's all around us. Then again, he's also drifting off somewhere in deep space. A straight answer, for God's sake. There is no straight answer to your question. Why do you ask it, anyway? Trilby told me the name. It's just about the only thing he remembers. Mere words will not fully restore a lost memory. A picture does a better job. What picture? I'll tell you what. You can figure it out yourself what work Dr. Hardy was doing for us. I'll help you. I figured out what Dr. Hardy was doing. Do tell. I think she was here to science us all. Joining cults in disguise. Her job was to pray was secretly. Stop before you embarrass yourself. You're completely wrong. I think it's pretty obvious because there's only. It can't be cryogenesis because we have confirmation Trilby died even from himself. Well, I guess we could show that. Trilby was frozen sometime in the 21st century, and you were having her restored to life. Can you explain his death and resurrection? Entirely on the wrong track. Actually, I guess I could do all of these. Just to show. Genetic engineer. Oh, yes. Found a way to bring corpse back to life, to keep him in a permanent state of youth, make him indestructible so he regenerates any damage. What more can I say? Other than your hypothesis is utterly stupid, and breaks nearly all laws of known physics. Yeah, it's pretty obvious that she's here. It has to be a clone. Giving him an undying body is, still while there is does seem to be some level of magic or mysticism involved given the previous games, it does have its limits, so just giving him an immortal regenerating body is effectively impossible. They said that with his blood they could keep him alive, so even after he died, so it's not cryogenesis because that requires him to have never died. And of course, that she's not a scientist all doesn't make sense. She herself admits she was a biochemist. She was a cloner. You have been creating copies of Trilby, and when I saw him come back to life, I was just a different clone. Congratulations! Now the more complex question, why? What would we need clones of this particular individual for? I don't know. You don't know anything about the Defoe Manor incident? The Clown Grown Hotel incident? No. Huh. Well, forget it then. Alright, you wanted to jog his wanted to know what could jog his memory? Here's my advice. A newborn often reacts positively to an image of its mother. That's all you can give me? That's all I intend to give you. I'm not your personal advisor, boy. Where can I find a picture? What am I, her secretary? I don't know whether you noticed, but she was wearing one the whole time you knew her. Alright, shut up now. That means there's one left on her body. Luckily, nothing's uh, going here, so I think the ID card she wrote on a lab coat bore a picture if I can just retrieve it. Oh, damn, he's here. Where'd it go? Darn, if... Well, we know Trilby and the cultist can't have it. And the prince, we know, only stalks at night and did not go into that room since we know it was a safe room the entire time, which means... She's not gonna be happy. What? Are you alright? Yes. No. No, I'm not alright. Sam's dead. She's dead and I think I'm gonna be mad. Why do you say that? I remember Sam dying. I remember taking her to the medical bay. Then everything goes black. I'm scared. Happened, Eli saying. You were there, what'd I do? Acting odd like you're someone else. Talking to me like I was someone else. Oh god, I do remember talking to you, but it wasn't me. It was like looking through the eye holes of a mask, and I knew the thing I was. It makes me feel sick. You notice any change in the main corridor? No, I don't. Honestly, yes. You don't see transforming to some kind of dungeon where blood everywhere, dirt floor, brick walls. What are you talking about? Isn't it always like that? Oh, saying it's always like that is actually a very interesting thing. She's not gonna go out. I need to get the hub open again. That's her strategy. It's our way out. The whole reason it's messed in the hub. I can feel it. Like I'm being drawn to it. Sam was murdered when she went in there. I know. All the more reason to see what's important enough to kill for. You're insane. You're on your own. Hey, do you have Dr. Hardy's ID card? I just want to remember in some way. Don't judge me. Oh, I'm not judging you. Can I borrow it? I'm not coming out. Could you open the door and pass it to me? No, I think I could get in. What if I found for certain what was in the hub? Could you help me get inside? It was safe. It'd have to be really safe, like a petting zoo or equivalent. And you'd still be going in on your own. Fine. Alright, so yeah, that code has to be for the security camera. And now I know what I need to download onto the phone. Why it said he downloads it the phone specifically. Now, we do know that the Acolo directly told, Canning did directly tell us that scientifically, there should be nothing in there, but, so, 2741. Some kind of wide, circular chamber viewed from above. It must be the hub. Strange from the look of it, there's nothing in it but the remains of some old ruined building. It won't let me review the footage, yeah. Bit of a walk, given I move with a limp. I've seen what's in the hub. Pav, can you show me? I've got the image on my phone. I'm sending it to you now. See it. There's nothing to be afraid of. See? Just some old ruin. Whatever killed Dr. Hardy is gone now. See, it's funny, but when I see this, I don't feel so afraid. Like I'm seeing a place where I can find peace at last. Will you help me get there? Sure, but we have to come out of the sleeping quarters first. Fine, I'll wait outside the hub. We have to get in there. Exactly, give it to you over the airwaves. You can meet up. Alright, she lets me in now. We can meet up and get it from her. She isn't in here. She teleported directly to the hub, I guess. Samantha's blood. By the time she was dead, she lost virtually all of it. Oh, what? Alright, this should be fine. Dr. Hardy's photo ID. She looks serious as always. Take a look at this picture. Who's this? Samantha Hardy? Know her? Hardy. Maybe there's something about her face. Did I meet her? Afraid she's dead. T. Dead. I. Oh, it wasn't me. It used to be my. It used my hands, but it wasn't me. What? I'm so sorry, Philip. You didn't deserve. Why are you doing this to us? Calm down, you're freaking out. I apologize. Some memories returned with a suddenness that caught me off guard. Nothing that answers why I'm in this facility, however. Listen, I need your help. There's a door that needs two people to open it. I think that behind it we can both find the answers we seek. That seems to be as good a place to start as any. Please lead the way. I'm back, Janine. Good, let's, Ah! Stay away from me. Ah, no! What on earth's the matter? It's him! Oh god, I'm so frightened. Oh, wait a second. Trilby's the one you're so scared of? Of course. Wouldn't be. Oh, who else would it be? Oh, I thought she was afraid of the prince. Madam, I don't even know who you are. Why are you so afraid of him? What do you think he'll do to you? I don't know. I don't know why I'm so scared. But I just look at him and feel like I'm gonna faint. Janine, listen to me. He's not with the Order anymore. He's lost his memories. He won't hurt us. I promise. We'll need him if we're gonna open this door. And once it's open, we'll be able to get into the hub. Yes, the hub. Okay. These wheels turned. Could you just stand between me and him? Sure. Isn't it working? Worked last time. Maybe the fuse is blown. Gotta fix it. Please, I've got to get in there. Okay, I'll take care of it. I'm gonna go ahead and save since it's been a bit. I believe this is the way we need to go. The fuse box. I don't know much about electronics, but one of the fuses definitely looks burnt out to me. That ought to do the trick. Well, that was a little side venture that was just a bit of time taken. Janine. She went on in ahead. I tried to stop her. She just ignored me. Come on. What's this? Who are you? We are doormen. Our task is to stand here, always. Did a woman pass through here? Yes. And why didn't you stop her? Our only task is to stand here, not to monitor who goes in and out. Alright, so their purposes are given exact words. Are these clones... What? Are these clones me? Yeah, I think so. Am I a clone? Yes, you are. Ah. I did consider that as one of the likelier possibilities. It explains pretty much everything, really. Shall we continue? Uh, sure. Are we going in? Scared. Don't know what to expect? You've seen what's in there on the security camera. Just a bunch of ancient ruins. But I don't know. It's like what Janine talked about, a completely irrational fear. Well, phobias are typically unnatural. No, Janine may be in danger. I know. All right, let's do this. What? Mr. Takabe. Janine. Oh, what's going on? Where am I? Theo. Are we in the hub? I think so, but this isn't the ruin I saw. This place. John Defoe, this is where he lives. How do you know? 'Cause this is why I destroyed him. Where I thought I destroyed him. Where I tied his spirit to his bones and set him ablaze. But that was just a movie. No, it... Look out! What the hell was that? What's happening to the walls? No, not you! No! What? You wanna move, buddy? Janine, wait. Understand, the... no! No, I do not understand. Not in the least. I don't understand why I'm being put through this nightmare. I don't understand the things I'm seeing. I don't understand why you can't give me a simple, straight answer. Straight answers are what you require, then I will accommodate you. The house you saw is called the Defoe Manor. It does not, however, physically exist. It is a construct of John Defoe's mind, a manifestation. Okay, so why the hell is it here? John Defoe died, his mind and body went into his house. Trilby burnt it down 200 years ago, he assumed that both were destroyed. But the infection of John Defoe's mind clung to the ruins and to the very land in which it stood, even while his body burned away. The Order of Blessed Agonies built this facility around it. Measures had to be taken, however, to ensure that the infection would not spread. What measures? Let me reiterate what the cultist asked you. Why was Samantha Hardy employed to clone Trilby, of all people, multiple times? I haven't got a clue. Clues you have plenty of, actually. Think Dakabe. Why Trilby? Because he knows the most about John Defoe. The Order's current leader knows far more about Defoe. And welcome back. This is a post-video recording because apparently I don't know if stream lost connection or if I lost internet, but well, we disconnected. But this is a fairly short game, so I figured saving it another night wouldn't be all that great of an idea. So instead, I'm just going to take this as another part and edit it together. If you're watching this on YouTube, you'll probably just see the two halves after a bit of a jump. Otherwise, I'll probably have to separate them on Twitch. But for now, we're going to go through all of these here. Later knows far more about Defoe's name, besides of his knowledge by cloning. So, it's important. Trilby is important to the Order's prophecies. Prophecy does not shape the future. It merely offers a window. There's a more practical reason. Act as guards of the complex. Guards can be hired from any street corner. Far less money cost than a human cloning project would cost. Why? Trilby. Why was Trilby needed specifically? Because John Defoe is scared of him. Why do you say that? Back there in the manor, as soon as Trilby was removed, everything started going berserk. Indeed, for a wraith, being crammed back inside your rotting bones is a traumatic and painful experience. To then be shot down and set alight, unable to die, to feel constant agony of body and mind reduced to ash. Until then, John Defoe only feared his father. Mere presence, however, he gained a fear of Trilby, and his mere presence is defense against Defoe. Trilby was, from then on, utterly immune to Defoe's corrosive influence, although he never realized it. And only with a constant presence of Trilby through the complex could the evil of Defoe's mind be restrained within the hub. Oh, but the tall, thin man, the one with the coat, he's the head of the Order, isn't he? Correct. And why does he keep killing the Trilbys? Now that I do not know, but I do know that the more of them die, the further Defoe will bleed into the surrounding complex. You may not have long at all. And what will happen? Defoe is a creature of monstrous violence. Samantha Hardy's fate, I fear, was only the beginning. Oh god, is Janine alright? Perhaps you should find out. Janine! No. No. Janine! Open the door! Janine, please! Please open the door! Janine, for God's sake! Open the damn door! I'm... I'm sorry, Theo. I know. I'm just so scared. No. Keeps happening. I don't even remember going into the hub. You blacked out? I was waiting for you outside the door. Then I was... nothing. Next thing I knew, I was in that room in front of you. I was scared out of my mind because there's something. Something's trying to take me over. Look at me, okay? Nothing's gonna take you over. I'm not gonna let it happen. I can feel it all around me. Watching. Whispering in my ear all the time. Janine, just hold me. Something tells me not to. I ignore it. Something tells me I'm taking advantage. I ignore it. Something tells me to stop when it starts to hurt. I ignore it. Evil raging outside of our door, we comfort each other. Through love and pain, we bond. By the 6th day, we would both be dead. Day 4. By 27th. So? What is it now? What? What are you doing? No! I mean, he was an asshole, but that seemed like a bit much, don't you think? There's no reply. There's no reply. Yep, it's almost completely converted. Oh, I don't like that sound. Uh, canning? It's Canning's blood. I know it is somehow. It's splattered all over the cell. Dang, but he said he doesn't know how to open it, which means someone had to have possessed him, I guess. And of course the door's closed again, why wouldn't it? That door is different now. Pickaxe. When I touch it, pins and needles run up my arm. When I pick it up, it doesn't seem to have any weight at all. I don't know how to describe it. It's like I'm holding the idea of a pickaxe. I don't think so. Sure, I want to disturb their sleep. It wouldn't suit me. There's something awfully familiar about this hat. Nothing left of interest. It won't open. Alright, I guess some context could work for that scene, since it's a little, unusual. Hello? I recall at one point Dotsie mentioned that he had a scene like that since, he found the act of sex like that to be an inherently creepy thing. Well, when I first played, which it's kind of funny, because when I first played this, I found it a little awkward, since it was between a guy who's broken basically every bone in his body, and a woman who's, at this point, pretty much lost everything, so... So, lost her entire mind, so... Felt less creepy and more... awkward, I guess. Obviously, he's gotten over it. I mean, he's a father of two now, so... Oh. When I look at it, it feels like there's a bottom dripping out of my mind. Some kind of barrier blocking it, like a force field, yet also something else entirely. Oh, didn't realize you can come in here. Bull seems to recognize the pickaxe. It hurts. It hurts, it hurts. Pretty sure this is correct, but let me just save to be safe here, just to be sure. Sorry. Back. If I accidentally click outside the window. Oh, you know, I bet this is like the last game. I need to wait for it to actually be in here. Because we have to wait for the welder to be in here. Oh dear. Janine! Oh. Sucked in. It took me a bit to remember that puzzle. This is a very short day, but... Wait, February 3rd, 2386? But that's almost 200 years in the future. Ah, protagonist of 7 Days Skeptic. This, of course, is our resident celebrity. Mephistopheles killer? Yes, remembers all over the news. Last year, the FS Mephistopheles relaunched with a skeleton crew of 6. The appointed ship's counselor was one Dr. Jonathan Somerset, and he reported for duty punctually on schedule. Fortunately, short after launch, it was discovered the real Dr. Jonathan Somerset was dead. A recap, if anyone didn't play. Pushed down a flight of stairs, presumably by the imposter who had taken his place. Off-world security was dispatched to intercept the Mephistopheles. Last recorded communication was an SOS distress call to the FS Charisma. By the time off-world security arrived, the man slaughtered the entire crew. So, who is he? His name is Malcolm Somerset, the only son of Jonathan Somerset. He was a student of psychology at Ganymede University, wanting to follow his father's footsteps. But he failed the final examination and dropped out. Seems becoming a shipboard counselor was his dream, and when his father was called up, he couldn't hold in his jealousy. Now, I believe this is new information. So why did he kill the Mephistopheles crew? That's partly why he remains under psychiatric study. It's a complete mystery. His profile is completely inconsistent with a spree killer. Best theory we have is he was found out and killed out of desperation. That doesn't explain the demented creativity and sheer bloodthirsty relish with which the crewmates were slaughtered. One was impaled, another blinded, first officer had her head twisted right around. Shouldn't that tell you he isn't physically capable of that? Many of the corpses were dismembered, stitched together into a random Frankenstein-like monstrosity. Certainly not the actions of a man simply trying to cover up a far, far less serious crime. But let's leave him for the moment and move on. We can, and basically just a recap of the second game and more information to expand on it. Oh, we now have control of him. That's pretty much the only thing to look at in here. There's a hatch built into it for moving food and small items in the cell. Tired of yelling at the guards pretty fast. I got tired of yelling at the guards pretty fast. It won't reply. What the? You! I was beginning to think you'd gone forever. This shall be our last meeting. You'll get me out of here, right? You owe me at least that. What makes you think I owe you anything? You're the one who made me kill my father. I only encouraged you to do what you already intended to do. You promised me I wouldn't get caught. You wouldn't have been caught had the Mephistopheles left that locker alone. You knew about that? Did you know about John Defoe? Was this all part of some plan? I did not scheme it, but I did know it would come to pass. All I did was encourage events to take place as I'd seen. You know why they think I did it? All that senseless murder? I've been locked in here for 6 months. I don't care about you or any of your bullshit. Get me out of here and you'll never hear from me again, I swear. I very much doubt that. But rest assured, I am here to release you. Thank you. What do I have to do? Just use the key and leave by the door. What? Maybe you haven't noticed, but the lock is on the outside. Sorry, the guards outside will... Oh, I'm not talking about that door. What the hell are you talking about? What door? What key? Who are you? Someone sent a parcel with no return address. In some oddly shaped knife. By the feel of it, it's old enough to be an antique. It's an ancient knife, but with the teeth on it like a key. I don't think so. Just part of a wall, but it feels different now. When I look at it, my hands start to tremble. It's locked with some kind of pulsating thing slid around where the keyhole would be. Behind the pads, there's a door made out of flesh. There's a door here, wasn't there? I am never going back. Yeah, this little scene here, even with just that conversation, completely changes the context of the second game. And I admit that's one of the reasons I'm a little iffy on it. What this game does to retcon it, I mean. But like I said, during Trilby's notes, you could tell that Yahtzee finally had a plan for, there he is after he took out the corpse there. Splattered with blood. So I guess it makes sense. I mean, he did just watch someone get splattered there. Yeah, you could tell Yahtzee had a full idea for how he wanted the next two games to go when he started working on Trilby's notes. So there's a lot more in that game that leads up to this one. Huh, everything was red, but now it's no longer. Oh, hello, Mr. Welder. Oh, that's watching all the crew members being executed. And once again, being splattered with more blood and sting. I guess the stress must be balding him. Oh, he sees everyone as the welder and him killing them. So it's retconning that he was the entity? No, he's just seeing it through John Defoe's eyes, because remember, the whole point is that it possesses people. Ah. Yeah, you can kind of see where it's going now. It wasn't already obvious. It's an extremely deep pit, opening out into an abyss of total darkness. Looks like the corpse of an old man in the remnants of a suit, tied up with strands of muscle and skin. You come from... Blanking people is considered rude. You're alive? Of course, Chizo will not let me die. Who are you? You ask a complex question. The name by which I know myself is Trilby. I strongly suspect I am not the original. Probably a clone given over to Chozo as a plaything. Or perhaps that's my arrogance talking. Perhaps I'm simply kind of bare the thought the real me would ever be imprisoned like this. He's a lot older than the other clones, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's not him. You're the one who sent that idol into space. Possibly. Certainly I have memories of doing so. And you must be the man who found him. How could you know that? After the hotel, Trilby spent many years researching Chizo. He requested a vision of the idol's future from the Ministry of Occultism. He was well respected by them, and his request was granted. Whether I'm the original or not, I do possess memories of that vision. I saw you. I saw what Defoe did to you. I saw what you became. And I realized I'd seen you somewhere before. But never mind. You want to redeem yourself, don't you? More than anything. Then all I have to do is follow my instructions. Who is Chizo exactly? A more appropriate question might be, what is Chizo? Or even where is Chizo, since it seems he is a place as well as a fiend. No one ever asks, how is Chizo? To answer you, a Chizo is simply a pain elemental. There were once many of his kind in the universe of magic, small and largely harmless creatures that fed on petty anguishes of others. But over time, they became more and more reliant on magic until their actual physical bodies were all but completely vestigial. They fought for more power by killing and absorbing into each other. Chizo is the very last of his kind. A bloated mountain of gristle whose very essence crackles with residual magics. And now, nothing but his most hellish torments will sate his hunger. Nothing but the most hellish torments will sate his hunger. He's the closest thing to a god of pain. And what is this place? I knew you'd ask that. No one who knew what this place was would ever come here voluntarily. You're inside the body of Chizo. Oh crap. He pulled a Majin Buu on us. How did I even get here? Last I knew I was in an asylum. On Earth? The University of Technology? And I can't explain it. There's no possible way to get there from here. Not corporally, anyway. Alright, well, what do you want me to do, exactly? I want you to kill me. And don't pretend you're a stranger to killing. You have Freehorn's blade, infused with Chizo's magic. It's the only thing that can release his hold on me. I want you to drive into my heart. The nature of the blade will infuse you with energy. Call it my soul, life force, we don't have a proper name for it. I want you to give it to the one who needs it. You'll find him very nearby. He isn't physically here, but Chizo is observing him, and so he manifests. My life force will still save him, wherever his actual body is. But I don't want to kill you, I want to bust you out of here. No, even if you could, I have no place to go. To a pain elemental, time is non-linear. It sees past, present, future all at once. Were I to leave this place, I could end up at any moment in time, or even every moment, or no moment at all. It's the reason why you and I are able to interact like this. Despite, from my perspective, being in the 21st century and you in the 24th. Now do it. Wait here. There's a long way down, alright. I'm sorry. None of this was your fault. Remember that. Trilby's at rest now. Energy. It's Trilby's soul. I can feel it crawling around inside me, looking for a way out. Another Trilby, but he looks younger, healthier, if it weren't for that stab wound. Oh, so you felt that, did you? I think I should get out of here. Welder X, apparently. A Jason X version of the Welder. Yep, I'd say he's dead. Damn it, we're gonna catch hell for this, aren't we? Why do you have to his own throat like that? Couldn't you have just hung himself with pajamas like most of them do? Like he knew we'd have to clean up this mess. course, they only care about the mess. Personally, I'm more worried about how we got a hold of a knife. I both know if Reek really wants to do something like that, there's very little we can do to stop them. Can you honestly say he doesn't deserve it? I got a little brother who just joined the Navy Medical Corps. Same age as the poor doctor on the Mephistopheles was. I can assure you right now that's not how Dr. Laszlo is going to see it. Come on then, let's fetch a body bag. Blackness swallows me, a furious roar of Chizot fades from hearing. I am free, free of that place, free of physical form. The ebb and flow of time flutters against what passes for my body, caressing me like a lover. When I was a man, I was destiny's prisoner. Now, I will be her servant. There are men and women who must be guided. I will be the caretaker. I even guided himself in the end. I'd make a Kamen Rider Gaim reference, but that one's a bit obscure. Day 6. July 28th. We skipped a day. It, well, I guess since day 5 was technically someone else, it didn't count here. You could not have saved her, Takabe. There's still enough time to save yourself. What happened to her? Weakened defenses allowed John Defoe to crush her personality. In loving her, you tainted her. Tainted? What's that even supposed to mean? Just as the past affects the future, so does the future affect the past. Your future, Dakabe, is a dark one indeed. So dark that its influence travels backward through your lifetime, leaving an eternal blemishment on your soul that worsens as your fate draws near. Shut up. Why can't you ever give me a simple, straight answer? Why won't you help me get out of here? You'll find your way out in the basement to the Defoe Manor. What? You wish to escape? Go there. You expect me to go down and into that madhouse? What about John Defoe? Enough clones of Trilby remain to provide an escort. They'll buy you the time you need to break through John Defoe's defenses. Must combat the corrosive influence of his mind on equal footing. Know him, become him, defeat him. We shall not meet again. I wish you luck. Wait. Will you at least tell me who you are? Once I was a man. John Defoe destroyed all I had. But a gift gave me the power to see the destiny of all mankind, while simultaneously enslaving me to it. You and I, Dakabe, are pawns in a game too vast and complex to understand. But a pawn that crosses the board becomes a king. Or at the very least, a prince. I mean, most would go with queen, but whatever. I'd say that he was eyes. Oh, it's got rearranged. It's like a page from a file or something. I'd say they describe him as the hands on the clock of fate, but again, that's a Kamen Rider Gaim reference that I don't think anybody's going to get. But that also can... it's not impossible to explain without spoiling a little, but long story short, one character ends up leading themselves to their own destiny, we'll say. To my journal. Freehorn's blade was one of the Order's most sacred relics. It's said to have been used by the 18th century prophet Jack Freehorn himself to deliver 12 sacrifices that enabled him to write the books of Chizou. When a person dies, their body, mind, and soul separate and drift. An individual killed by Freehorn's brain, however, separates differently. They leave their body behind, while the mind and soul remain together. This results in a non-corporeal spirit of unusual ability, capable of strong manifestations, but they remain forever under the command of the one who wielded the blade. Oh yes, and yeah, if you were playing the last game, then yes, this absolutely explains how Trilby was able to come back to life, despite him being explicitly killed in order to stop the ritual. An individual can exploit a loophole in these rules by taking out themselves with the blade, which would theoretically transform them into an immensely powerful spirit. Magic-infused force of pure will. None, however, have chanced this. Yeah, it could have absolutely been It could absolutely be false, so best not risk it. And now it is fully a dungeon. Nothing left of the sci-fi looking space station or cement or whatever it was remains. Oh, I can't even interact with the doors anymore. It wouldn't suit me. Back to the space station. Oh, it's not. That's right. It's not being corrupted because the trilbies are here. Will you three come with me into the hub, if you please? That is what you order. We only do as we are told. How many of you are there? Don't know. When any of us fall, another comes here to take our place. So if you die, I can come back here and there'll be more of you. Till there are no more. Personally, I'm in no hurry to die. Alright, come on. And here we are in the end game, so we're gonna save. If you accidentally go the wrong way or don't know where to go, you can indeed go back to that room. You cannot, unfortunately, you cannot go back anymore. However, you can... Barrier blocking. Of course, you also... It hurts. The basement of the manor is there. Alright, let me think here. Pretty sure I'm about to die if I made a mistake, however. So, yeah, the prince is killing off the clones for a number of reasons. Yeah. Well, if I'm not supposed to go there yet, let's go here first. We skipped the living room because we don't need anything else. The machete. I think I remember what I need to do now. This is not the time for chit-chat. Yeah, I still remember the layout of the house, but I guess we need to get everything first. Take the apron. Alright, so yeah. The entryway doorway is 100% safe, but entering any other room will result in him killing a clone, and if you have no clones when you enter a room where someone dies, I probably don't have to spell out that it's a game over, and how do I? Yeah, I cannot leave the manor anymore under any circumstances, but no going back now, but I can be safe for a period. I mean, no match room even if it wasn't broken. I'll add my journal. Lich, also Lich. A kind of undead sorcerer granted immortality by removing their soul from the body and placing an external object. Its body is indestructible. It can still be stretched, twisted, made to feel pain, but only damage or soul will cause permanent damage. Soul artifact will cause permanent damage. Wraith, the servant of a Lich, a dead life form whose soul is placed in a post-mortem in a small part of the Lich's soul artifact, making them subservient. Wraiths are non-corporeal, and like all ghosts, they can exert influence over environments and objects which they are tied. It should be noted that the Wraith's influence and manifestations become increasingly wild and uncontrolled if its soul is separated from its mind. Outfit. I believe that's everything. Actually, there might be one more here. It won't hurt. Oh, I see, so I can't go down there at all. A little disappointing, not gonna lie there. We're just gonna refresh. Because we need... Well, I think... Now, kind of odd for the servant of a pain elemental to be using a next snap for a murder. After all, After all, that's a relatively painless death. Instant. Yeah, and if you have any left, he finishes them off to make sure you don't have any following you. Char. Child. Demon child, it hurts. Father. Saved him. Father. Child. I brought him back. No. Child. It hurts. Let's know the name. The arrogant man. Please. Name. Wanted to. Bridgekeeper. Bridgekeeper, know the name. Hold me. Arrogant man. New prince. Defoe Manor. Are you are the last one? I think so. The others all went into the house. They never came out. Does that mean anything to you? Does that spark any memories? I think the others were killed. When I think that, images start to flash before my eyes. Defoe Manor being here feels wrong. It's supposed to have been destroyed. In what way destroyed? Fire. It's supposed to have been burnt down. Perhaps you should address this inconsistency. Yes. How? Show you where to get some petrol? Myself. Feel disconnected, like looking down from the outside. I can't see anything, especially not through this visor. Hardly move. Where the hell am I? Let's reach out. It's moving. Focus, Takabe. It's not really happening. Looks like a large cuboid object covered in a tarpaulin. I don't think it belongs here. Some kind of document lying on it. I'll add it to my journal. Children of the King, rejoice, for the time is finally at hand. Our patience, these last few centuries, will finally be rewarded. 200 years or so, the body of the Bridge Keeper is destroyed. 200 years from now, the soul of the Bridge Keeper will meet the same fate. These are known as bridge events. Their significance is so great they have sent ripples of weakness through the timeline itself, echoing off both the past and future. On the 20th of July, the ripples from the past will collide from the future, creating an area of extreme weakness between the realms. If a third bridge event, the destruction of the mind, occurs at the same point, the force of the explosion will penetrate that area of weakness and form a bridge between realms. Over this bridge, the king, Chizo, will come. He will come to save us and the men of technology from sin. We must, however, be alive to enjoy the new age of perfect purity, and so it's important we build a complex optology building to be evacuated at least 1 week prior to the bridge event. Oh. Oh no. It's a bomb. There's enough nano-explosive here to atomize a country. It's a time detonator hooked up to a huge pile of super-dense nano-explosive. I read about this stuff. Like a nuclear blast without radiation, all it needs is a little heat to set it off. Nothing for it. I've got to try and disarm. Wait a second. It's already been defused. The wiring under the control panel's been ruined. As long as it's not damaged, this thing won't explode. Wait, was that what the prince was doing? Oh no! If you recall, there's something that's going to cause a few problems. Shit! No, 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 no! 6 days later. You're watching the UBC News. Investigation continues. The circumstances resulted in a nano-explosive detonation in the county of Buckinghamshire 6 days ago. Exactly where the mansion was. The blast completely demolished the ophthalmology building, which had been purposely evacuated beforehand. Several lead ophthalmologists are being held for questioning. Although the detonation has not been found to have been caused at any loss of life, 2 individuals last seen in the area have been reported missing. And environmentalists are already calling this the biggest ecological disaster in the entire history of the country. The investigation continues. As an avatar of destiny, I cannot judge. I cannot afford to question events, only encourage them to take place as history demands. Timeline resists changes, after all. But yet I wonder why the Order of Blessed Agonies expected Chizo to enter this universe. After all, a creature so dependent on magic could not possibly survive in a world where there is none. The prophecies were wrong. Freehorn, the Order of the Tall Man himself, all deliberately misled by the Pain Elemental. But why? For what purpose was the bridge really constructed? It was open for mere seconds. Nothing came through from the ethereal realm. So did Chizo's plan simply fail? Or was his intention not to send to receive. Well, none of this matters. I led Dakabe to destiny that demanded of him in the timeline. Now I must wait. 2 centuries from now, my younger self will require my guidance. The eternal cycle must be set in motion yet again. While I do not judge and feel no regret, I do not find that I do not relish this task. Mikey, protect him always. We are now Welder X. The guide. Let's take his place. And the arrogant man knew the name of the king, book of the new prince. 6 days of sacrifice. I'm gonna be honest, when I first played this game, I found this ending a bit confusing and overall unsatisfying, but I think if I had to pinpoint it, now that I've done a recap, I think it's gonna look, the images are going to be basically recapping everything. I think the final monologue by the, caretaker, whatever, the fake doctor at the end was what threw me off a bit. And that was what was making it hard for me to figure out, put everything together until I would replay it later, including now, of course. But yeah, what clearly I did figure it out later, but it's a lot more clear now on my playthrough here. But basically, Chizo's plan, despite the cult thinking it was to bring Chizo into the world and bring in a new age, that was not his plan. His plan was that he didn't like that the arrogant man was his #1 minion, and so he decided to replace him. And that's why the arrogant man was using the next snap. He was trying to work under Chizo's radar, and so he had to make sure that Chizo wouldn't take notice. Hence why they mentioned only the bigger pains get his attention. So yeah, this whole plan, this whole plot with John Defoe and all that, all of it was for Chizo to replace his right-hand minion with someone he much preferred over the one he had taken so long ago. It's definitely it works, I'd say. Like I said, it threw me for a loop because it was quite a big change from before. But again, that doesn't necessarily mean it's bad. And as much as I do like the self-contained stories, I can absolutely see why so many prefer it as a more complete one like this. It doesn't have any major plot threads that are, or it doesn't have any major problems, is what I'm trying to get at. And honestly, on this playthrough, even Trilby's notes wasn't as annoying as I thought it would be to go through, so I'm glad I went through this recap. It was quite a fun experience, and I'm glad. But yeah, I guess that's the whole series. From here, I believe Chizo does make some and some of the characters from the games do make cameos in future games, but the canonicity is intentionally up in the air. Or Yachi's mentioned that unless it's specifically part of a specific timeline, in like with he does with some of his games, some of his books, he keeps it vague so that it can be part of the same continuity if you want, but it can also be its own thing, and I can respect that. It's a perfectly reasonable way to go about handling other stuff with. And even taken as standalone games, each one of these works rather well, I think. The only one that might be a bit troublesome to start with is this one here, but even then, I do think it recaps the others perfectly fine. So overall, I'd say they still hold up rather well. They still have some pretty good, like I said, while they're not the big scare, or they definitely have the really good atmosphere, and all that, which is good. Writing an atmosphere is usually Yahtzee's strength, and I do believe these still work rather well. And his later stuff like the Consuming Shadow also works rather well. That being another Lovecraftian horror themed game. But that's going to be all for now. Till next time, thank you for watching. Hope you had a good time, and I'll see you later.